Hello, C Squared Collective, and welcome back to the 7th episode in our series, Fall into QuickBooks. Today is a bit of a sequel to our previous video on invoices and sales receipt, and now we are going over how to properly deposit them. If this is your first time joining us, welcome on in. Each episode is designed to stand out on its own and give you practical tips on the main topic. However, if you would like to explore any more, check out the rest of the series linked in the description below. Just like the seasons, QuickBooks Online has been changing. Some of these updates were slowly rolling out over the summer, but according to QuickBooks Online, everyone should be migrated over to the new interface and banking features as of now. We know that change, especially in technology, can be very overwhelming. That is why we've created this series to help you set aside the stress and step confidently into smart financial habits with QuickBooks Online. Just a little disclaimer, keep in mind that QuickBooks may continue to make small adjustments as feedback is received. Also, different QuickBooks subscriptions come with different features, so our dashboards may not look exactly the same. Even so, the series will give you helpful tips no matter what version you are using. As always, if you have questions, drop them in the comments below or reach out to us directly at connect@c2accounting.net to schedule one-on-one support. So grab your beverage, I have a chai tea latte today, and let's get started. Last week, we learned how to create invoices and sales receipts and record payments. You don't need to have seen that video in order to watch this one, but I have included it in the link below just in case. Today, we are finishing the income cycle by showing you how to properly record deposits. This is an important step so that your books and your bank accounts stay aligned. If deposits aren't recorded correctly, your income could appear doubled, or you may have missing payments and reconciliation. Learning this workflow keeps your records accurate and stress-free. Let's do a quick review. There are 3 main ways to record your received revenue. Please note that we are specifically talking about sales your business makes, not loans, transfers, refunds, or contributions. So for option 1, we can record revenue in the bank transaction feature. Option 2 is with sales receipts, and option 3 is using an invoice and a received payment. In the cycle of recording money, we have this flow: invoice, receive payment, undeposited funds, and then deposit in bank. In option 1, all of these steps are happening all at once. In option 2, where we're looking at the sales receipts, this covers both invoice and the payment step since the money is received at the same time with the receipt issued. And in option 3, we see all 4 of these steps individually. A great way to remember it is that invoices and sales receipts record that you were paid. Undeposited funds acts as a waiting room, grouping multiple payments before you record the actual deposit to a specific bank. Please do note that in some QuickBooks subscriptions, this account is undeposited funds, where others it is payments to deposit. Most newer versions use payments to deposit. And then finally, deposits record when and where your money hits your bank. First, let's talk about the easiest scenario. If you've deposited only one payment directly, like a single check for one invoice, receiving a credit card payment, or an ACH that matches exactly to one sales receipt or invoice, you can skip the payments to deposit or undeposited funds. If it's going to come through the bank shortly after in that exact amount, then you can mark the proper bank account on the sales receipt or receive payment for the invoice. Do note that QBO defaults to the last deposit to account used, so just make sure you're double checking that every single time. QBO will then find and suggest matches, but be careful. It doesn't know exactly which payments came through the bank and when. If you have a lot of payments that are similar amounts, double check before you match. Let's do one together. When I record the payment, I select the correct bank account in deposit to. Now when I navigate to my bank transaction feed, I see the exact match right here. However, QBO is also finding another match that is the same amount because it's a service I often charge for. I'm going to use my knowledge of what I deposited and the dates to make sure that I have the correct one. Now let's talk about depositing from undeposited funds. In our holding tank, payments to deposit slash undeposited funds, it is great to use when you deposit multiple checks at once or are paying transaction slash merchant fees to a merchant service company such as Square or Stripe. So let's go over it, assuming that when you recorded all of your payments, you put them in payments to deposit. Click the plus create button and select bank deposit. Select the correct bank account the money was deposited to. This is a very important step. Enter the date the deposit was made. Select all the payments that were part of this deposit. And if needed, add other items at the bottom. If you are recording any merchant service fees, make sure to enter the vendor name in received from column and the correct expense account. Note it's an expense account, and then enter the amount as a negative number. Verify the deposit total matches what came through the bank. Add a memo or any attachments. Sometimes I attach the bank slip or merchant processor's breakdown. Then select Save and Close. Now it will match the deposit in bank transactions, so we can just match and post. Let's take a look at some troubleshooting notes or common mistakes that may happen. Number 1 is partial deposits. Sometimes you may accidentally record a payment for a full invoice when the customer is only partially paid. Make sure you record what they paid accurately and record payments on separate days as separate deposits, since they won't be deposited together. Another one that I often see is combined deposits. So when you're depositing multiple checks or you're receiving a daily deposit from your merchant service company, it is very easy to miss a payment or include an incorrect one. If things don't match, make sure to double check that you have included all the correct payments and record the applicable fees. Another one is missing matches. If you know you recorded a deposit and it's still not matching, the two most common issues are this: the payments weren't marked as deposited, or the deposit to account on the deposit was set to the wrong account. Some best practices: always make sure to deposit in same accounts and dates as your actual bank deposit. Use the payments to deposit or undeposited funds for any grouped or batch deposits. Avoid creating both a direct payment and a bank deposit for the same payment. Reconcile regularly to catch any missed, outstanding, or duplicate deposit entries. And attach deposit slips or merchant summaries for reference. That concludes our overview of deposits. Now you have the basics to use these features to your advantage. If you want any more in-depth look on any of this, let us know in the comments section below. Make sure to subscribe and come back. Leave a like if this was helpful for you, and if you have any questions in this area of any of the apps you want to explore, let us know in the comments section or reach out to us directly at connect@c2accounting.net. If you want to see more content like this, consider checking out our other socials. I have included those links and the link to our website in our description. Thank you so much again for watching. Don't forget, keep learning so that you can be rooted in wisdom and grow with care.